Hello again. We're still talking on the subject of strengthening yourself in the Lord. This method of strengthening yourself in the Lord that I want to give you this afternoon might sound a bit far-fetched. You see, there's no doubt that life might be a bit tougher than before for most people when everything finally returns to normal after this lockdown period. The current global situation that the world faces is stressful, and we have no idea what the long-term impact can be on the world's economy, not to mention the impact it can have on us personally. But I want to bring it to your attention that we have absolutely no control over this thing. So I want to suggest that we follow the advice of Dr. Stephen Covey. Dr. Covey suggested that we do not worry about anything that is outside our circle of influence. And the only thing that we can do to influence this whole thing that is happening around us is to protect ourselves by following the rules the government has set. I also want to suggest that we follow the advice of the singer Bobby McFerrin when he sang, "Don't worry, be happy." It is the same advice Nehemiah gave the people of Israel. Israel was also going through a very difficult time in their history. They were busy rebuilding their country after it was destroyed by the enemy. They were devastated. And the Bible says they were all crying as they listened to Ezra the priest reading from the book of the law of Moses. And then Nehemiah gave them a command in Nehemiah 8 verse 10. He said, "Don't be dejected and sad." Why? For the joy of the Lord is your strength. As we are busy talking about strengthening yourself, I want to suggest this as the next method of strengthening yourself. Nehemiah says, "The joy of the Lord is your strength." The enemy knows that if he can rob you of your joy, he has succeeded in weakening you. Because if you have lost your joy, you have lost your strength. Very few things strengthens you like joy does. Even in the middle of stressful times or during times of sickness. In fact, joy can be like medicine for a sick person. The Bible teaches in Proverbs 17:22, a joyful heart is good medicine. Modern medicine has been studying this claim made by King Solomon for years and years. And they have discovered that laughter relaxes our bodies and stops our brain from producing stress hormones. Laughter strengthens your immune system. Laughter even increases our natural defenses against cancer. Norman Cousins describes in his book Anatomy of an Illness how he was diagnosed with terminal cancer, and he decided to try laughter as a medicine. Through the next few months, he spent as much time as possible watching every possible comedy, and he literally laughed himself healthy. Hebrews 1 verse 9 says that Jesus was anointed with joy beyond his companions. In other words, Jesus was happier than all the people around him. And Jesus wants us to be full of his joy. He said in John 17:13, "I say these things so my followers will have the same complete joy that I do." Paul gave us a command in Philippians 4 verse 4. He said, "Rejoice in the Lord always, and again I say, rejoice." Why? Because the joy of the Lord is your strength. Paul wrote this while he was in prison, so he was not oblivious of the fact that you might have to rejoice while you don't always feel like rejoicing. See, it is true, Proverbs 17:22 does say a joyful heart is good medicine, but it continues to say, but a broken spirit saps a person's strength. The choice is yours. You can either strengthen yourself intentionally in the Lord with joy, or you can allow your strength to be sapped by a broken spirit. So I want to encourage you to become a pharmacy in the sick world around you. Start dispensing the medicine of laughter to all those you come in contact with. I want to end with a poem that I love. It says, "Smiling is infectious. You catch it like the flu. When someone smiled at me today, I started smiling too. I passed around the corner and someone saw my grin. When he smiled, I realized I'd passed it on to him. I thought about that smile and then realized its worth. A single smile just like mine could travel around the earth. So if you feel a smile begin, don't leave it undetected. Let's start an epidemic quick and get the world infected." God bless you.